Okay, Coach, tough weekend this past weekend. I thought when I looked at Slippery Rock's roster, I thought that's a good team, no doubt about it. So, what's your take now that you've watched film and you're looking back at it?
Well, listen, the Slippery Rock's a good team, no question about it. But again, we are our worst enemy right now in what we do on the field and the things that happen. Start the game, we won the toss, so we deferred, went on defense first, and really had a pretty good series on defense. They went for it on fourth down, we stopped them, all that stuff. We get the ball back, or we get the ball, and actually the first play of the game was a swing pass to the running back, and he was wide open, 20, 30 yards easily, doesn't catch the ball.
Mm.
And then, then I think it's two plays after that, we fumble the ball, and they get the ball in our red zone all over. We stopped them.
Yeah.
We stopped them, which was good, and then we get the ball back. We have to punt the ball. And they take it back for a touchdown on punt return. And it's just us not finishing the plays. So that changed us fumbling in the first series, and then them getting that touchdown on punt return. That kind of started the snowball a little bit. We had some chances. We really did. We moved the ball. We had some yardage Saturday night. We were 0 for 4 again in the red zone. Now, could have I kicked some field goals? And some of those I could have, but we were down so much that field goals aren't going to win the game. So we had 6 turnovers. We threw 3 interceptions and fumbled the ball 3 times. And we're not going to beat the number 4 team in the country with 6 turnovers. And our guys know that. And it's not like we're doing it on purpose.
Right.
It's just, we got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. Defensively, the snowball really started rolling. They scored 4 touchdowns in 9 plays. And that you can't do that. And 2 of the touchdowns were 5-yard hitches that the corner missed the tackle, and they went for touchdowns. Another one was, wheel route and cover 3 in the corner, between the corner and the linebacker. They didn't play it right, touchdown. And another one was kind of like a scramble by the quarterback, and the defensive back takes his eye off the receiver and looks at the quarterback, and the receiver makes a move, and he's wide open. So just things like that the discipline part that we got to get better at, and the little things, all these little things add up to big things.
You made a great point earlier. You told me that it's like one play, one guy misses his assignment, and man, they're finding that spot.
Yeah, they are. For some reason, they are. But you watch film of other teams playing. There'll be 9 of them making mistakes and they don't find it. But one of our guys make a mistake, it seems like they're looking right at it, or the play's going right to that dude. So
yeah,
it's just where it's something that we got to fix, and I wish I could press a button and fix it.
right.
But again, it's just us. Ball control. It's us making tackles. It really comes down to fundamentals, and again, we got to continue to work fundamentals with these guys that they understand. Now, we got some players that are really playing hard and doing a good job. But we gave up 6 sacks. We didn't have any sacks. They had a bad snap on their punt team, and the ball was rolling back there, and the guy rushing face masked the punter. And now, instead of us having the ball on our 10-yard line going in, or on their 10-yard line going in, they have a first down on offense.
Yeah.
It's just things like that seems to be happening to us. So, we'll keep working on it. And the one thing I will say about our young men, they did not quit. It was 35-0 at halftime, and it's not like Slippery Rock came out and they were running stutter and goes up 42-0.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So they weren't taking their foot off the pedal.
They're trying to increase that ranking.
They weren't trying to take their foot off the pedal. So
yeah.
Our guys, now the last series of the game, everybody kind of put their other guys in on both sides of the ball. But up until the end of the fourth quarter, the whole way through the second half, it was ones versus ones, and our guys never quit. And our sideline stayed up, and So I'll give them a lot of credit for that. It would have been easy to fold up like a suitcase, but they fought. And
Yeah.
again, you got to take steps in the right direction, and you got to kind of celebrate some of the good things. And that's a good thing for us. At least they didn't quit. And so we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, you got to keep motivated now too. We've all been on those teams that struggle at times, and it's not the end of the world. You can still rally, you can still turn things around. I mean, you're just
Right.
starting to play in the East now, so that's
And that's what I used about it. And I told him Friday night after Saturday night after the game, and again, I was upset because again, guys, 42-0 is not who we are and what we're about. And it just bothers me so bad, and we got to get out of this rut. And but I told him, I said, if you quit fighting right now, you're a coward.
yeah,
And I truly believe that. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you got to fight.
Hmm.
And you got to look in the mirror and you got to figure out what you can do differently at practice or how you study. And I said, it goes the same way with me. I got to do better. Us as a coaches got to do better. I mean, we're all in this together. So,
Hmm.
they kept fighting, and hopefully they will fight this week too.
Yeah. So what lies ahead now? Bloomsburg coming into town, first Eastern Conference game. I know they just came off a big win up at Edinburgh.
Yeah.
So we were talking, you can't tell one week to the next. Some team, like you said, Clarion rolled over Shepherd, and
Yeah.
you got to be ready for anything.
Yeah. It's, to another point, it's our first Eastern game. We can still accomplish a lot of goals right now. Even though we're 0-3, the ball has not bounced our way, but we can still reach some goals here because now we start in the Eastern Division.
Mhm.
So Bloomsburg's the first test. Um, they score points. I mean, they're averaging 35 points a game.
Yeah.
They score points. And their offense is kind of unique with a lot of motions, triple option look stuff. Their quarterback is a veteran, and he's got some moxie to him, and
Mhm.
he knows how to play.
Yeah.
They got some, their skill guys work really hard, on the offense side of the ball, and their O line is improved. Like, this is going to be a challenge for us. Defensively, their D line is going to be physical. And, I have a feeling that, again, they're going to pin their ears back and come after us a little bit, things like that. So they're a good football team. They're 1-2, and they beat Edinburgh last week. That was their first win. They lost a close one to Seton Hill, lost a close one to Fairmont State. So they've been in every game. Like I said, they won last week against Edinburgh. So
Yeah.
it'll be a challenge for us. The good thing is we're at home, and our guys, again, met with them this morning at 6:45 a.m. And I think they're focused and they're ready to go, and they know they have an opportunity here to kind of maybe turn the page and let's start a new season.
Yeah. And that's all you can do is look forward. You can't look backward, and every game's a new game. And I think a lot of times, guys, hopefully they get motivated to improve. I think that's always something that's kind of been in the back of my mind when I played.
Yeah.
Have a bad game, you're working to improve next game, learn.
That's what we keep talking about. What do you got to do differently this week for you to play better? I mean, if you play better, we play better,
Right.
and that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Can't do the same things.
No,
Is there any point of weakness that you can see on Bloom that you've seen from film? I know you don't want to talk bad about any team, but
no. Listen. I'm more focused on us right now than I am Bloom.
Mhm.
Again, we got a game plan and do all that to make sure we put ourselves in the best spots against Bloom. But ultimately, it comes down to our guys doing their jobs, and that's really what we're going to focus on this week. Have a solid game plan on both sides of the ball for them, and just practice the hell out of it, and make sure these guys are doing what they need to do.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, I appreciate you taking the time, Coach, and
Yeah, thank
best of
you.
luck
And
this. Yeah.
listen, I appreciate everything you do and all the guys do. Just hang in there. I'm telling you, we're gonna get it. We're
I tell
gonna
you,
get
we've
it.
talked
All right.
to, and not to name drop, but we talked to a couple of guys this past week. Ken Pickett was one of them, and Ryan Zapadiki, and everybody knows that this team has potential. That you're going to whip them into shape, and everybody's 100% behind you. The guys are all on board, and we appreciate your effort.
Well, just know that, we're working hard and we take a lot of pride in what we do here. So,
Good.
we'll get it turned around, guys.
Great. Well, good luck this weekend, Coach.
All right.